No matter what happens with Cjgj Gardner-Johnson, the Eagles are sitting pretty because of the genius of Howie Roseman. And if for some reason we have to replace Cjgj Gardner-Johnson, there is plenty of guys to choose from.
Dallas still stinks.
Yo, by the way, King Dingbat here, and hope everybody's having a great day. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there. No matter what happens at this point with Cjgj Gardner-Johnson, the Eagles are sitting pretty. And when I say sitting pretty, I'm talking about being one of the best teams in the league with a real chance to win the Super Bowl again because of the genius of Howie Roseman and because of players like James Bradbury who wanted to play for this organization. Now, we're going to get into it in a second, but before we do that, if you're new to the channel and you like the content, make sure you hit that like button, but more importantly, make sure you subscribe to the most censored, most throttled, Eagles content creator in all of the internet. And if you've been subscribed for a while, I just want to say thank you so much for all the support you guys give to me. It means a lot to me, and you guys are the absolute best. There is no doubt about it. Now, let's get into this because the whole Cjgj Gardner-Johnson thing is like a giant cloud hanging up above us, right? And right now, I can't think. Why can't I think? Can't think. What am I going to say? What the heck was I going to say? So I can't think. I know why I can't think. Because I didn't put my brains on. I didn't put my brains on. What do you talk about 500? Brains. Brains. Right there. There's my brains. We can't talk. We don't have the same oomph without it. So let's get this bad boy going. There we go. I can feel the juices like Thanos. Now I can think. All right, now I calculate the calculations of the cornbread. 82 times 75 divided by 3 with the circumference 3.14. The pi square is 72 divided by 70 times 100 plus 1 equals 7. Challenge it. It's right. I promise you, it's right. See how smart I get with the ring? Now, as I was saying, there's a giant cloud hanging over us with this Cjgj Gardner-Johnson thing, okay? We're talking about it constantly. I'm talking about it constantly. I'm sick of talking about it. I don't want to talk about it anymore, all right? I just want him to make a decision and be done with it. Go, stay or go. It is what it is. I want him to stay. Of course, I think he's going to stay. But at this point, we're all tired of talking about it. That's just the truth of the matter. And the thing about it is, if we really think about it, we are sitting pretty. It's not like everything happened that we were expecting. I mean, we were expecting before free agency started to lose everybody pretty much. He was the only guy, Cjgj Gardner-Johnson, that we thought we were going to get back. He was like the only guy we thought we were going to get back. Now, if for some reason he does leave, with the additions of the guys we were able to bring back, including James Bradbury, and then including being able to rework with Slay so he could stay too, the Eagles, we're going to be fine no matter what. I want him to come back. I think he will come back on a short deal because I don't think he's going to get what he's asking for. But if for some reason he doesn't come back, guess what? The Eagles, we're going to be okay because we got Howie Roseman. He's going to be wheeling and dealing. And the Tennessee Titans, they're one example of a reason why we don't have to worry. Because you could always count on them to unload their stars onto us, right? Because they're getting rid of everybody. They're cleaning house. And one option, and this is an option that I like better than the other option I'm going to talk about in a second, but one option of a possible replacement for Cjgj Gardner-Johnson at the safety position, if we lose him, could be Kevin Bayard. That's right, Kevin Bayard, the safety who, if you guys remember a few years ago, we were hoping he was going to hit free agency. We wanted the Eagles to pick him up. Well, it looks like he is going to be possibly either traded or released. He's asked for it, and this is kind of why. According to Adam Schefter, he says, the Titans approached Kevin Bayard about a pay cut, but The Pro Bowl safety does not believe his play warrants a decrease in salary. Byard has wanted to play for one organization and ultimately retire as a Titan. But the two sides are at a crossroad per source. So he doesn't want to take a pay cut and he wants to be released. Maybe they'll trade him. I don't know what their cap situation is. Let me also give a huge shout out to Demarion Hicks for sending me this tweet. It means a lot to me that you guys would send me stuff to Twitter because I'm not the biggest Twitter guy. I don't like sit there and spend all day in Twitter. I don't follow the beasts that are going on in Twitter or any of that kind of crap. I don't got time for it, you know. But when there's news or there's rumors or there's something interesting, you guys send it to me. Demarion Hicks, thank you so much for sending me this. I appreciate it. It's very, very interesting. And, you guys keep doing what you do. I love that you guys send me stuff all the time. There's quite a few of you guys, so I definitely appreciate it. But Kevin Bayard might be the perfect replacement if we can't get Cjgj Gardner-Johnson back. He's 29 years old, so he's got a few years left, and he's an accomplished player. Victor Williams, shout out to him. He wrote this. Titans are likely parting ways with safety Kevin Bayard, two-time All-Pro, 63 passes defended, 27 career interceptions, 75.2 passer ratings when targeted, and could be an option if Cjgj falls through. Now, as I was saying earlier, we don't want anything to happen with Cjgj. We want him back. The plan and the hope is that he will be back soon and we'll get this thing all worked out. But if for some reason it doesn't work out and we can't, it's going to be good to have possible different options. And Kevin Bayard would be an option, and I would approve of that option heavily. The other option is the possibility of Jalen Mills. Now, this is a very popular one with Eagle fans. I've gotten tremendous amounts of emails, DMs, asking me what do I think about Jalen Mills coming back. Even in my live stream today, I could not believe the amount of people who want Jalen Mills back. Let me say this right off the bat. I'm a big Jalen Mills fan. When he was here, I thought he was great. I thought he fit Philly perfect. I liked that he has Kelly green hair. I liked that he used to put tweets up and pictures of himself in the Eagles Kelly green. And he would love to come back. He's tweeted that much, and I like him. If the Eagles decide to bring him back, I am not going to be upset about that at all. I would not be upset about that at all. If they decide not to, I would not be upset about that at all. I am purely 100% neutral when it comes to Jalen Mills because I don't really know how much he's really going to help us at the safety position, okay? He's gone from cornerback to safety. He wants to go back to safety. I think he played cornerback for the Patriots last year. They needed him. He wants to go back to safety. They cut him to save $5-6 million. And to me, Jalen Mills, if you want to bring him back on a cheap, fine, I guess. But if I have other options like Kevin Bayard, I would do that. I would much rather do that. Or even look at the draft as a possibility of when to go out and get a safety. Now, I don't think they're going to get a safety with the 10th pick in the first round, but maybe they get somebody mid-round. Kevon Wallace, I'm sorry, I just don't trust him. I don't trust him. I like Reed Blankenship. I think he's got to continue to progress. But you would need somebody back there. And anybody coming in to play safety like a Kevin Bayard with those two corners, Slay and Bradbury, you're in good position. This is why, at the end of the day, we could talk all these different options. The best case scenario is still Cjgj Gardner-Johnson back. And, I talked about this earlier in my Marcus Mariota video, but he's not going to get the money he wants. Teams are now possibly looking at him as a guy who could come in on a 1 or 2 year deal. They don't want to pay him like a top-notch safety. He played safety 1 year. Teams are not going to do that. He's going to have to go out and prove that he can do it multiple years, and it wasn't just a 1 year wonder type thing. That's the problem he's having. That's why he can't get the money he wants. So to me, I don't see any better reason or any better scenario than to go back to Philly where you played last year, where you know the players, you know the team, you know the city, and play next to Darius Slay and James Bradbury. To me, that seems like the most logical, right position for him to make, because if he has a good year again, he'll get his money. Hopefully with the Eagles, because I want him long term. So I'm sure the Eagles are going to find a way to get it done. Like I said, we want him back. We want to get Cjgj Gardner-Johnson back. But if for some reason we can't, and maybe a guy like Kevin Bayard is the perfect guy to bring in. And also, he does know A.J. Brown. He has played with A.J. Brown for years. So A.J. Brown may be a guy who could help facilitate that to the Philadelphia Eagles. You got to wonder what kind of influence a guy like A.J. Brown could possibly have on that kind of situation. Very, very interesting indeed. But we're going to find out. One step at a time, I guess. And, of course, as I said, Cjgj Gardner-Johnson hangs over us. And once that's done, that's a pause. But once that's all taken care of, we will be good to go. With that said, let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Would you like Kevin Bayard if we could not get a Cjgj Gardner-Johnson? What do you think the Eagles should do if it was to fall through? Hopefully it won't, and we won't have to deal with it. But I'm curious of your guys' thoughts. With that said, take care. Talk to you later. Of course, don't be a dingbat. Remember, it's Howie Vision. We're all just living in it. You got to figure that at some point, Cjgj Gardner-Johnson is not going to get the money on the open market he wants. The best scenario is to take the 1-year contract, maybe to take it, come back to Philly, and prove that you are a safety. Teams want to pay him as, like a slot corner or something like that. You're not going to get the safety money you want at this point. However, if you come to Philly, come back, play with a team you know, a city you love, with great players around you, you'll get your money eventually. He'll get his money eventually. Just got to come back to Philly. And I think it gets done this weekend. I say the next 24 to 48 hours, Cjgj Gardner-Johnson is signed. Denzel Washington out.